Now the second part of the farming is intensive subsistence farming. This type of farming is practiced in the area of high population pressure on land. It means this kind of agriculture is practiced on the area where the population is totally depends on the agriculture. It is labor intensive farming where high dose of biochemicals input and irrigation are used for obtaining the higher production. The meaning is that कि what we have discussed in the primitive subsistence, there is no need of high dose, there is no need of very much good quality of fertilizer, biochemical inputs, no other equipment and technological method. But in this intensive subsistence farming, that first thing, the feature, it is required a very small holdings. Farming is very intensive, much land labor, use of animal and the plant manure like paddy, wheat, pulses, maize, soybean can be grown in this kind of farming. Can you name some of the state of India where such farming is practiced? Exactly, Punjab and Haryana, where the number of people depend on this type of agriculture. Through the right of inheritance, underline that, this is very important, right of inheritance leading to the division of land among successive generation has rendered land holding size uneconomical. The farmer continue to take maximum output from the limited land in the absence of alternative sources of livelihood. The meaning, the people who are depending on the land, they are having a land. One father is there जिसकी बहुत ज़मीन है, उसने अपनी उस ज़मीन को आगे अपने बेटों में बांट दिया. और जब राइट ऑफ इनहेरिटेंस यानी कि अपने आगे सक्सेसिव अपने आगे जो बच्चे हैं उनको बांट दिया, तो दैट स्मॉल प्लॉट ऑफ लैंड divided into 2 or 3 parts. Again, that 3 members are doing the work on that particular land. But what they are doing, they need a maximum output. And when you need the maximum output, so what you will do? You will do the more and more agriculture on that particular land because you don't have another sources of livelihood, because you are totally dependent on that. So in this way, the productivity of the land can be less. ऐसे में आपकी land की productivity कम हो जाती है. Why so? Because you are developing your land for the economical purpose, but you don't have another resources of livelihood, so you are dependent on that. So this is the reason that your land can be unproductive. The next type of farming, that is the commercial farming. The characteristics can be asked. The characteristics are given here. You will write down. Commercial means commerce, for the point of commerce, जिसको हम commerce purpose के लिए बेचते हैं, जिसको हम, so that is the main characteristic of this type of farming is a use of higher dose of modern input, highly yielding variety seed, that is called HYV seed, chemical fertilizers, insecticide, pesticides, in order to obtain higher productivity. Because the word is there, commercial purpose, व्यवसाय के मुद्दे से, व्यवसाय के पर्पस से. सो आपको इसे बहुत लोगों को बेचना है, तो you need a greater output, or for this what you will do, you will input the chemical fertilizer, insecticide, pesticide in the HYV seeds you will use. The degree of commercialization of agriculture varies from one region to another. For example, rice and the wheat, it is used as the commercial crop in the Punjab and Haryana, but not in the Odisha. In Odisha, it is a subsistence farming. So, one more example, wheat. That, can you give some more example? The one more example, that is wheat. It is commercial in the Western India, but it is subsistence in the Eastern India because their people are not having the adequate sources. So they cannot use that sources. They are not having that sources. So that's why it is the subsistence in the Eastern India. Now the next topic is plantation. You know what is the meaning of plantation? Plantation crops are those which are grown in an artificial made forest or farm. These are not on the particular natural made land. Natural made पे नहीं होते हैं, artificial farms होते हैं, उन पे इनको produce किया जाता है, उसमें इनको grow किया जाता है. Second thing, mainly done in the tropical climate, tropical type of conditions जहाँ पे होते हैं, that there is a high rainfall required. High rainfall is required, high temperature is required for the production of the plantation farming. and this is the mostly done in the tropical and the subtropical countries. Plantation is also a type of a commercial farming. In this type of farming, a single crop is grown on large area. Plantation has an interference of agriculture and industry. This it is the related, it is linked with the industry. Plantation cover large tract of land using the capital intensive input. Capital intensive input means that you require more capital. Capital means पैसा, investment बहुत ज़्यादा चाहिए इसके अंदर, that kind of investment with the help of the migrant labor, that the labor is available and you are having the money. So that person who is having lots of money, he will invest, and the labor is having a caliber, labor is having a skill, so though both will merge and they can do this plantation agriculture. All the product is used as a raw material in respective industries. In India, tea, coffee, rubber, sugarcane, banana, etc. are important plantation crop. Underline, tea in Assam and in northern Bengal, coffee in Karnataka are some of the important plantation crops grown in these states. Since the production is mainly for market as well as developed network of transport, what we required for the development of this plantation agriculture, that is the network of transportation. That is a major factor. Where how could you transport the final product to the market? You need the market, and the communication connected. How will you order? How will you get the order? How will you receive the order? How will you dispatch the order? So there must be the communication connecting the plantation areas. Processing industries in the market play an important role. If the industry is not there, so you cannot get the final product. You have lots of tea leaves, but if you are not able to convert that tea leaves into the tea that you are using in your tea making product, in tea making or in your coffee making, so industry is important part. You need the industry there, that play that important role in the plantation activity. So these are the topic that today we have discussed about the agriculture types of farming. First is the subsistence farming, second is the intensive subsistence farming, then commercial farming and the plantation. Okay children, I will send you the PDF of this chapter. You will mark the underlined portion, and what the notes I have given on it, you will also mention it in your book, because these are the points. Thank you and have a nice day.